So this is my first video back in a while. Yes, I've taken a bit of a break off YouTube and I'm due sorry for that. I have been battling sickness at the moment. As you can tell, I'm still a bit sniffly a little bit too, so you can still hear it. So I do apologize for that. But this is my first video back in a while, so I should be better next week. Maybe tomorrow I might record something, but we'll see anyways. But I wanted to talk to you mates about a situation that's been going on in the Twitch community and the VTuber community, and I guess it also inflects the YouTube thing. I think there's some internet drama going up, kind of drama, not really, but some legal issues. And we'll talk about some VTubing stuff, and you probably know what I'm talking about, so let's just get into it. If you don't know the VTuber I'm going to talk about, Ironmouse. Ironmouse is one of the biggest Twitch streamers at the moment. She was the most subscribed Twitch streamer until Kai Cenat broke the record, and he still is. But Ironmouse is one of my favorite Twitch streamers at the moment. Probably my favorite VTuber at the moment. Surprise, surprise. As she's done so much for her community, and she's a singer. She recently made a song called, or in collaboration called Magic Box, something like that too. And her singing, her opera stuff is just fan-fucking-tastic, and I really love it. If you want to go check it out too, you should. It's actually really good. But lately she uploaded a video which was kind of scary called I Left VShojo. Now I have to give mates a bit of a backstory to what VShojo is. VShojo is basically, okay, for some of you mates who probably who are watching this, and if you are Nintendo fans, I'll kind of explain. If you remember the Nintendo Creators Program from like 2013 and above, if you remember that program, that's probably exactly what this was. Or Machinima. If you know what Machinima is, you probably know VShojo. It's basically an agency where like they take some of your money away, or like they try and help you with monetization stuff too, because at the time, well, when YouTube Game was starting to become big, YouTube didn't have their own partnership program, the YouTube partnership program thing. And so if you wanted to make money off videos, you had to sign with like a third party, and then you could still make videos and make money at the same time, which in theory, well, that's still a really good thing, because like that's how people get YouTube to do them as a job, you know, and I really appreciate for what it's done. Now, because this whole YouTube partnership thing has become a thing now, Machinima and all this stuff just started to die down, and at the same time, a lot of these companies made some like really bad decisions. Machinima did make some pretty scummy things, and I think so anyways. I'll have to think what they did, because it's honestly been a while since I've actually looked at what they've done, but you know, it is what it is. I know Nintendo did a lot of bad scummy things, because a lot of Nintendo fans wanted to make Nintendo videos for their content, but Nintendo was striking people down with like their music and stuff. But if you're part of their creators program, that wasn't a problem. Which begs the question, why do we even need this in the first place? So it was more of a red flag than anything. As of 2018, that program does not exist anymore. And when I was making Adventure Craft videos, when I was doing those Zelda videos, they were all copyrighted. Once Nintendo Creators Program got down, all the copyright stuff was taken out. I don't know if you remember this last time too, mates, too, but I actually got one of my videos taken down. It's back on YouTube, but I got one of my videos taken down because it had Nintendo music in it, but you couldn't faintly hear it. That's how bad it was at the time, so...
So this is just talk at the beginning.
And like I said, it doesn't exist anymore, so you can use it, but Nintendo's still not really very nice with the YouTubers, unfortunately, which is not surprising at all. But, and then we got the VShojo situation. Now, the VShojo situation is basically the same thing, like for YouTubers and that, but for more VTubers. And for those of you who don't know what a VTuber is, because I want to also get into that too, obviously VTubing has become a really big thing, and if you don't know what it is, it's basically... they're Twitch streamers or YouTubers, but rather than showing them face on camera, like like this face here, they'll have an anime character or an animated character, you know, in front of them, and they still do all the hand movements and stuff. It's like, I don't know, like motion capture type of stuff. If you know the Russian Badger and all those YouTubers, you probably know what I mean by those. It's basically that with like anime characters and all that stuff too, which in a way is kind of cool, because not everyone needs to show their face on camera, but they also probably want to have... I mean, not everyone wants to show... I messed up. Not everyone needs to show their faces, you know, on camera, but at the same time, also having something that's animated who actually reacts to things is kind of important, you know? So you can actually see... it makes the videos a bit more genuine than anything. So it's kind of like an alternative, and there's nothing wrong with that, if that makes sense. Now, whether I botch it up, that's up to you, mates. You know, I'm just saying it from my experience of it. I love VTubers. I think they're really funny. They do make really good content. They don't have to show their faces too, and this is one of the reasons why Ironmouse does VTubing as well, because of those reasons. She doesn't want to show her face, and it's not because she's shy she doesn't want to show her face. It's because she suffers a condition called CVID, which stands for Common Variable Immune Deficiency. I'm going to put something linked down in the description down below so you can actually have a bit of a look around the disease. But basically, it's basically, if I explain it away, it's basically her immune system doesn't work exactly the same as like mine, for example, like anyone else's. It doesn't work very well. She has to be hooked up to like medical machines all the time, and she's basically bedridden. She can't leave publicly, unless she's going to the hospital or something like that too. So it's not a very nice condition, and she has to get plasma and all that stuff too, which, yeah, it's not nice. And so as part of the agreement, VShojo would also donate half of the money to the charity that she chose, which is the Immune Deficiency Charity. Unfortunately, they owe the charity $500,000.
But this also meant that we had raised $515,000 for the Immune Deficiency Foundation. I once again asked VShojo to make the donation on my behalf, but unfortunately, still a year later, VShojo has not paid the charity. The Immune Deficiency Foundation means the world to me. Connor and I have both spent a ton of energy, time, and resources raising money for charity. And we're both so proud to be able to say that we've raised nearly $4 million for charity.
Which, yeah, that's a very shitty thing to do, and honestly, that's not a good look for VShojo. As of this effect, Ironmouse has left VShojo. Her contract it says expired, but deleted. And a lot of other VTubers are starting to leave at this point, so it's not really good. And as of now, she's now an independent VTuber, so now she gets her money from like Twitch and all that stuff too, which, like I said, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about these situations. I mean, like I said, it's not her fault. It's not Ironmouse's fault, by the way, teammates. And I'm not blaming Ironmouse for this. It's VShojo's fault. They fucked up. They fucked up. But because of where she is, because I'm guessing she's from California and all that stuff too, that's kind of what happens in the Hollywood thing too. When you sign like stuff and you don't, when they give you like little papers and stuff, you need to make sure you read everything that it says on the note and stop just signing things automatically, because that's not a good look for starters, and that's how contracts get really bad and ugly and all that stuff too. Make sure you read what everything says and double check it too. And a lot of YouTubers do tell you to do that too. So like, I'm not the only one who's saying this too. Every YouTuber who's a big YouTuber like PewDiePie and all that stuff too, they always sign licensing agreements properly, and they also read it properly too. You gotta learn this type of stuff, you know? You can't just sign things and not read it properly, you know? That is how this stuff happens. And like I said, it's not Ironmouse's fault. I'm sure she read it, but they'll probably put a fast one on her, and it's not good. It's not good for her situation. I just feel so bad for Ironmouse, you know? Feel so bad. As of now, she's donated some money to that charity, and they've also managed to hit $500,000. Doesn't mean that VShojo is going to get any love, though. Well, they're not going to get any love anymore. As of now, they're going to be into some legal battles. That's what Ironmouse said too. So she can't legally say a lot of things.
I know that this is a lot, and it's very important for me to be honest with all of you. I really want to tell you everything, but unfortunately right now, I have been instructed by my attorney to wait for more of the legal procedure to unfold. So one day, I will be able to tell you the full story.
But I'm guessing they're in a cease and desist or a lawsuit. And I'm going to guess the second one, which is probably a lawsuit. So, yeah. I thought I'd make this video. I did explain kind of a bit of it on Twitter too, as you can probably tell here. But I wanted to make my own video about it just to give my own thoughts and opinions on it. I know so many people have made so many videos about the situation too. I thought I give my own thoughts about it too, because I'm not a YouTube partnership and I don't make money off these videos. But I thought give my thoughts, my own thoughts about, these situations, because it's one of those situations I'm just like, come on, guys. Come on. Like, yeah, you guys got to stop doing that. Ironmouse is a good VIT person, and I do really recommend her content. I know it might not be for everyone, and I understand that. I know not everyone has their own needs. I love her because I can relate to her. She's a gamer. She makes funny content. That's more my style, and it's just a fun time. And I know people don't like Twitch, but let's be real for a minute too. And I actually learned this from a YouTuber. Twitch is still growing, and it will always keep growing. I know Twitch has made some very shitty things lately. Doesn't mean that they're not dead. They're going to continue to grow. There always will be like the #1 streaming platform. Yes, I say #1 streaming platform. Yes, I do stream on YouTube. The difference is, when I've heard from YouTubers, from a YouTuber. If you want to do streaming every day, you do Twitch. But if you want to make content on like long form content, like what I do, for example, and just stream every now and then I recommend YouTube. I don't really do Kick. I guess I'm being a hypocrite because I'm saying Kick sucks, but the difference is between Kick and Twitch. It says Kick is owned by a gambling site, while Twitch isn't, as Twitch is owned by Amazon, so that can be like a little bit of a weird thing in a way. So I don't know, but well, this is about the whole Ironmouse situation. I don't know why I'm getting into this whole debacle, the debacle of Twitch and YouTube and stuff too. This is not about that. It's about Ironmouse getting resigning herself from VShojo. So like I said, if you're an upcoming VTuber who wants to summon VShojo, don't. I'm sure there are better agencies out there who want to help out. Or if you want to become independent, like a lot of YouTubers are, then I do recommend becoming independent then. Because with being independent, you get to do so many things for yourself and not worry about a company to worry about this. You just go worry about yourself, and that's not a bad thing per se. So, is what it is. I thought I'd just get my thoughts about this too, because like I said, I just don't like these situations. I think these situations are just horrible, and I feel so bad for Ironmouse. I feel bad for these VTubers, so is what is. Now, if I said a wrong thing or whatever, you can correct me in the comment section down below, and I will be hearting them, surprise, surprise, and I will be pinning if there's a good one too. This is what I've heard at the moment, so if there's more info you want to add, comment down below, and I'll heart them, and I can reply to them as quickly as I can, so... but until then, mates, I thought I'd just let you know about this video. And like I said, I am back on YouTube. I'm still recovering from my sickness, so I should be back soon. So, cool. All right, peace out.